Man, I'm going back and forth on this one. It's an interesting fight. Paddy, I thought Paddy would at least try to take down Gaethje in his last fight and work his jiu-jitsu, because that's what he is. He's a grappler, but I think he really is starting to believe in his hands. And I think on the feet, he has the advantage.
Chris sets the tone perfectly. This fight is a coin toss, a mental battle even before the first punch is thrown. He hits on a critical point: Paddy's past performance against Gaethje. Instead of relying on his grappling prowess, the Baddy decided to stand and trade. This shift reveals a potential overconfidence in his striking. Why would a renowned grappler abandon his strength against a knockout artist? It suggests a belief in his hands, a growing comfort on the feet that might be either his biggest asset or his gravest mistake. The question hangs in the air. Is Paddy genuinely developing elite-level striking, or is he falling in love with his power, potentially overlooking his roots and the dangers that lurk on the feet against someone like BSD? This tactical gamble could define his career, for better or worse. It's a fascinating insight into a fighter's evolving mindset, especially one as prone to self-belief as Paddy. UFC 329. The octagon is set to ignite. Two of the most polarizing figures in lightweight collid, Paddy the Paddy Pimblett and Benoit God of War St. Denis. One a flamboyant showman, the other a relentless warrior. But beneath the hype, what do the true MMA experts predict? This isn't just another fight, it's a career-defining moment. Will Paddy's evolving striking game shock the world, or will BSD's relentless pressure prove too much? Prepare for a deep dive that exposes the hidden weaknesses, strategic gambles, and the colossal stakes of this epic clash. We're cutting through the noise, pulling back the curtain on what the pros really think. Get ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about this fight. Which fighter holds the keys to victory, and who is poised for a massive setback? The experts are about to lay it all bare, revealing why this matchup is so much more complex than it appears on the surface.
Benoit St. Denis, I do think, is going to do what he always does. He's going to walk forward, throw some big shots, and look to get takedowns. I'm going to go, I think Paddy wins. I think Paddy wins this. I think he makes him a little too uncomfortable with the jiu-jitsu as he's trying to take down Paddy, and then Paddy ends up landing the better strikes on the feet.
Here's where the strategy gets intense. The consensus on Benoit St. Denis is clear. He's a relentless force, always moving forward, always looking to land devastating blows and secure takedowns. He doesn't deviate from his game plan, which makes him incredibly dangerous, but also somewhat predictable. However, the unexpected twist comes from the expert's prediction. Paddy wins. And the reason? Jiu-jitsu. This suggests a return to Paddy's grappling roots, using his submission game to make BSD uncomfortable during takedown attempts. It's a classic counterpunching strategy, not with fists, but with submissions. The idea is to bait BSD into his aggressive takedown attempts, then capitalize on his vulnerability. If Paddy can land better strikes on the feet while BSD is focused on grappling, it creates a dynamic where Paddy could outmaneuver the Frenchman in both phases. It's a vision of a smarter, more tactical Paddy, one who doesn't just rely on raw power, but uses his full skill set. Could this be the secret weapon to nullify the God of War's relentless offense? That's a huge shift for Paddy, a fighter celebrated for his jiu-jitsu. But let's be honest, falling in love with striking can be a dangerous game, especially in the UFC's Shark Tank lightweight division. Think about it. Why abandon a clear path to victory, your agame, unless you truly believe your B game is becoming hay? It's a calculated risk, a statement of intent, but is it a smart one against Benoit St. Denis? BSD is known for his forward pressure and big shots. He doesn't shy away from a brawl, and he actively seeks takedowns. This creates a fascinating stylistic clash. If Paddy wants to stand and trade, he's playing right into St. Denis' preferred style. But if he reverts to grappling, he risks exposing himself to BSD's own wrestling and powerful ground and pound. Which version of Paddy will we see? And will his recent street fighter mentality override strategic sense? The experts are divided, and for good reason. This isn't just a physical contest. It's a mental chess match, a battle of wills and evolving identities. What if Paddy's confidence is actually his greatest vulnerability, leading him to a style mismatch he can't win?
Oh, and Moicano.
You're right.
He looked bad against Moicano. Yeah. But he's not very good on his back, man.
Yeah, Moicano's like one of the best guys ever.
Yeah.
And because Paddy didn't have one takedown attempt in his last fight, and I think he thinks he's better on the feet in this one, and I guess he thought he was better on the feet than Gaethje in the last one.
This segment highlights a crucial chink in Benoit St. Denis' armor: his vulnerability off his back. The expert explicitly points to his struggles against high-level grapplers like Moicano, noting he's not very good on his back. This is a glaring weakness that Paddy, a jiu-jitsu black belt, could absolutely exploit. What's even more telling is the observation about Paddy's last fight, where he had 0 takedown attempts. This sets up a perfect narrative juxtaposition. Paddy, who mistakenly thought he could outstrike Gaethje, now has a clear path to victory by returning to his grappling roots. The implication is that Paddy's team has identified BSD's Achilles heel, and they plan to expose it. It's a calculated strategy. Feigned striking, then surprise with a takedown to a place where BSD is weakest. This could be the fight where Paddy reestablishes himself as a legitimate grappling threat, rather than a flashy striker. It's a smart game plan, but can Paddy execute it under the bright lights? Or will his ego get in the way again? That prediction throws a wrench into the Paddy wants to strike narrative, doesn't it? It suggests a level of tactical awareness that might surprise some of his critics. If Paddy can indeed make BSD uncomfortable with his jiu-jitsu, it changes the entire dynamic of the fight. Think about the mental game. BSD expects to walk through opponents, dictate the pace, and impose his will. But if he finds himself entangled in Paddy's guard, constantly threatened by submissions, his aggressive forward momentum could be blunted. This is where Paddy's ground game truly shines, not just in securing takedowns, but in controlling positions and threatening finishes from his back. It's a stark reminder that MMA is a multifaceted sport, and relying on one dimension can be a fatal flaw. The expert's insight here isn't just about technique, it's about breaking an opponent's spirit and disrupting their rhythm. But will Paddy truly commit to this strategy, or will the allure of a stand-up war once again prove too tempting? It's a high-stakes gamble for both fighters, with their career trajectories hanging precariously in the balance. What happens if Paddy tries to submit BSD?
I think Paddy's gonna really try to get it down on the floor at some point. Like you're saying, like BSD's not great off of his back. I think he sees that. And that could be an easy fight for him if he gets it down.
I think BSD's a little bit more disciplined on the feet. His wrestling ain't bad.
A not good on his back revelation is a game changer. It transforms a potential slugfest into a strategic chess match. If Paddy can get Saint Denis to the ground, it significantly increases his chances of a dominant victory, or even a submission. This isn't just about securing a takedown, it's about controlling the narrative of the fight. Imagine the crowd's reaction if Paddy, known for his flashy stand-up, suddenly becomes a grappling masterclass. It would be a shockwave through the lightweight division, forcing every future opponent to rethink their strategy against the Baddy. But BSD isn't a slouch on the ground either, especially from top control. So the question isn't just if Paddy can get him down, but how he maintains control and avoids BSD scrambling to his feet or reversing position. This fight will be decided by who can impose their will in their preferred domain. Will BSD's physical strength allow him to escape danger, even from his back? Or will Paddy's high-level jiu-jitsu be the ultimate equalizer?
I think BSD just manages to edge it out, you know, and maybe even hurt Paddy at some point, because Paddy, like, there's a couple things where he puts himself in danger.
His chin is up a lot.
His chin's up a lot, his hands are real down. He has a hell of a chin, but I think
he's very big,
you know.
This expert offers a stark counterpoint, projecting BSD to edge it out and potentially even hurt Paddy. The reason? Paddy's defensive vulnerabilities. We hear a critical analysis. His chin is up a lot. His hands are down. These are fundamental errors in striking defense, especially against a powerful, forward-pressing fighter like Benoit Saint-Denis. While acknowledging Paddy's hell of a chin, the implication is clear. Even the toughest chin can only take so much punishment. This insight peels back the layer of Paddy's showmanship, exposing a technical flaw that elite strikers can exploit. If BSD can consistently land clean shots due to Paddy's loose defense, the fight could quickly turn into a nightmare for the Baddy. It sets up a compelling narrative of offense versus defense, where Paddy's resilience will be tested against BSD's precision and power. Is Paddy's chin truly indestructible, or is he playing a dangerous game of find out against a formidable opponent? This potential vulnerability is a massive swing factor in the fight's outcome. The potential ease of the fight, contingent on securing takedowns, is a tempting prospect for Paddy. But let's not forget the God of War isn't just some pushover. His discipline on the feet, and the assertion that his wrestling isn't bad, introduces a critical counter-narrative. It's a reminder that every fighter in the UFC is elite in multiple areas. Paddy's takedowns, while effective, aren't always textbook, and BSD's strength and resilience could prove a formidable barrier. The clash of opinions highlights the razor-thin margins in high-level MMA. One expert sees a clear path to victory through grappling. The other sees a disciplined striker capable of stuffing those attempts. This is where pre-fight analysis becomes a minefield of speculation. Who was right? The answer lies in the octagon. If Paddy fails to get the fight to the ground, he'll be forced to prove his evolving striking skills against a relentless, precise opponent. It becomes a test of his chin, his footwork, and his newfound confidence. The narrative intensifies. Will Paddy stick to the game plan, or will the heat of the moment force him into a stand-up war he might not win? This tactical battle is as much about psychological warfare as it is about physical.
He's gonna get easy takedowns on BSD because Paddy's not like a phenomenal wrestler. He's a phenomenal grappler, but his takedowns are not the greatest that I've seen. You know, and BSD could wrestle enough to, I think he's stuff him in the first couple of attempts and keep it on the feet. And he's cleaner on the feet, definitely. He's more disciplined on the feet, keeps his chin tucked, hands up.
This clip doubles down on BSD's advantages, specifically countering Paddy's perceived grappling path. The expert casts doubt on Paddy's takedown ability, stating he's not like a phenomenal wrestler, and his takedowns are not the greatest. This directly challenges the earlier notion of Paddy securing an easy fight on the ground. Instead, the expert believes BSD could wrestle enough to stuff him, keeping the fight on the feet. Here, BSD's cleaner and more disciplined striking is emphasized, with a focus on proper technique. Keeps his chin tucked, hands up. This directly contrasts with the previous assessment of Paddy's defensive flaws. It's a comprehensive argument for BSD dominating the stand-up exchanges and successfully defending takedowns, forcing Paddy into a fight he might not want. This expert envisions BSD dictating the terms, controlling the distance, and ultimately outclassing Paddy where it matters most: on the feet. It's a compelling argument that swings momentum significantly toward the God of War. Can Paddy's jiu-jitsu truly overcome a disciplined wrestler and cleaner striker? The image of Paddy's chin up and hands down is a chilling one for his fans. It's the kind of defensive lapse that gets you violently put to sleep in the UFC. While his chin is held up so far, every fighter has a limit. BSD, with his relentless forward pressure and heavy hands, is precisely the kind of opponent who can find that limit. This isn't just about landing punches. It's about cumulative damage, wearing down an opponent's resolve, and eventually finding that decisive blow. This expert's analysis isn't just a prediction. It's a technical breakdown of how BSD could secure a victory. It paints a picture of St. Denis systematically dismantling Paddy's striking defense, turning the Baddy's confidence into a liability. The question now isn't if Paddy will get hit, but how many times and how hard. Will his resilience be enough, or will those defensive flaws be his undoing? This fight could become a brutal test of Paddy's durability, forcing him to adapt or succumb. Is Paddy's willingness to absorb punishment a sign of mental toughness, or simply poor technique that will eventually catch up to him?
His one is because his chin. I think both of them are going to get, I think both of them going to get clipped a little bit, but I think Paddy's going to be able to endure it a little longer. And I think that his grappling is going to be a problem for BSD. You know, BSD's good on top, like when he's in control. And when
Paddy's also huge.
Yeah, and he's tough on the ground, man. He's got a good guard that just gives guys problems, and I think he's going to give problems to BSD.
This expert, having done a tape study, firmly lands on Paddy's side, citing his chin as a major factor for endurance. The belief is that both fighters will get clipped, but Paddy's ability to endure it a little longer will be the difference maker. This speaks volumes about Paddy's toughness and recovery. More importantly, the expert reiterates that Paddy's grappling will be a problem for BSD. The argument isn't just about takedowns, but Paddy's prowess on the ground, even from his back. He's described as tough on the ground with a good guard that just gives guys problems. This directly counters the narrative of BSD stuffing takedowns and dominating on the feet. Will Paddy's chin and guard be enough to weather BSD's storm and turn the tide on the mat? This second perspective completely flips the script, transforming the fight from a grappler's paradise for Paddy into a striker's nightmare. If BSD can stuff those takedowns and maintain the fight in his preferred range, then Paddy's offensive arsenal suddenly looks severely limited. The emphasis on BSD's disciplined striking and solid defense is key. This isn't just about raw power, it's about technique, fundamental soundness, and avoiding unnecessary risks. While Paddy might have a hell of a chin, repeatedly walking into clean shots from a disciplined striker is a recipe for disaster. This expert implies that Paddy's grappling, while elite, might not be enough to overcome BSD's defensive wrestling. It highlights the often overlooked difference between being a phenomenal grappler and a phenomenal wrestler. Paddy's jiu-jitsu might be submission ready, but if he can't get the fight to the ground, it's largely irrelevant. This perspective raises a critical question. Is Paddy truly well-rounded enough to defeat a fighter who excels in the areas where Paddy has shown vulnerability? The contrasting expert opinions make this fight an absolute coin flip, a true test of who can impose their will. How will Paddy adapt if his primary game plan is shut down early?
And, he could be a champion.
It don't seem like his confidence is it seemed like right after that fight, he was right back on the internet.
I know.
He was right on the internet talking trash.
I know, all the haters of Paddy are probably like, what the fuck, we can't get rid of this guy.
Yeah. I think this is a good fight for Paddy, actually, to showcase his skills and keep him in the mix. But BSD...
The expert touches on Paddy's seemingly indestructible confidence, arguing that seeing Gaethje's performance after their fight might have revitalized his confidence. This is a psychological masterstroke. Paddy's internet antics, his trash talk, and his unwavering self-belief, even after a loss, suggest a fighter who doesn't get rattled easily. He bounces back instantly, proving his haters wrong and doubling down on his persona. The core message here is that this fight is a good fight for Paddy actually to showcase his skills and keep him in the mix. It suggests a carefully chosen opponent, a stepping stone where Paddy can remind everyone of his capabilities. This isn't just about winning, it's about reclaiming narrative control, silencing the doubters, and proving he belongs at the top. The confidence factor is massive in MMA, and Paddy seems to possess it in spades, almost as a superpower. But can confidence alone overcome technical disparities or a relentless opponent? It's a key ingredient, but is it the only ingredient for victory? The expert believes this is Paddy's stage to shine. What if that confidence is a mask, hiding deeper insecurities that could unravel under pressure? This deep dive into Paddy's chin and guard defense introduces a layer of complexity previously missing. It's not just about who gets the takedown, it's about what happens after the takedown. A good guard isn't merely defensive, it's an offensive weapon, constantly threatening sweeps and submissions. This means even if BSD manages to get Paddy down, he won't be in a safe position. He'll be under constant threat, expending energy to defend, which could turn a dominant position into a draining ordeal. This expert's analysis suggests that Paddy's grappling is so potent, it can disrupt BSD's entire game, whether standing or on the ground. It's a testament to the versatility of a high-level jiu-jitsu practitioner. This perspective counters the previous one by highlighting that Paddy can win not just by taking BSD down, but by being taken down and working from his back. It makes the fight even more unpredictable, adding layers of strategic depth. Will BSD's power and aggression be enough to overcome Paddy's submission threats from the bottom? The ground game is quickly becoming the most fascinating aspect of this matchup, a true clash of styles and strengths. Will Paddy's unconventional approach from his back leave BSD bewildered, or will the God of War simply power through the threats?
They're saying Hoofy had some type of injury or something going into that fight. I know
he's always got something.
Yeah. Someone has a bad weight cut.
Yeah.
I had stuff going on. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to make excuses.
Yeah, I don't make excuses, but
you
would have been in my camp and seen what I was going through.
Yeah, I was going through this.
You wouldn't believe it. In fact,
this clip hilariously dissects the universal fighter excuse: injuries and bad weight cuts. The expert mimics the typical fighter rhetoric. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to make excuses. You would have been at my camp and seen what I was going through. This isn't just funny, it's a brilliant meta-commentary on the fight game. It subtly highlights that while excuses are common, real fighters overcome adversity or own their performance. The reference to Hoofy's alleged injury against BSD adds another layer of intrigue. Was BSD's dominant performance truly a testament to his skill, or was it aided by an opponent's compromised state? This subtly questions the legitimacy of some of BSD's wins, implying that he might not have faced fully prepared opponents. It's a backhanded compliment that could motivate BSD to prove himself definitively against Paddy. It sets up a narrative where both fighters enter under scrutiny, with past performances and their justifications under the microscope. This segment, while lighthearted, casts a shadow of doubt, making the upcoming fight a critical proving ground for both men. How much stock should we put into a fighter's excuses, and how does it truly impact their legacy? Paddy's confidence isn't just part of his persona, it's a weapon. It allows him to shrug off losses, ignore critics, and constantly push forward. This revitalized confidence after Gaethje's victory could fuel an even more dangerous Paddy, one who believes he's destined for greatness. The idea that this is a showcase fight for him is intriguing. It implies a belief that St. Denis, while formidable, is a manageable challenge designed to elevate Paddy's status. It's a high-stakes gamble for the UFC, banking on Paddy's star power to carry him through. But BSD is no one's stepping stone, eyes on crushing perceived rising stars. If Paddy approaches this fight with the mindset of a showcase, he might underestimate the sheer brutality and grit that St. Denis brings. The balance between confidence and complacency is razor-thin. This segment sets up a dramatic clash of personalities and intentions. Will Paddy's boundless self-belief be his shield? Or will it be the very thing that blinds him to BSD's danger? The narrative of the charismatic showman versus the relentless warrior just got a whole lot deeper. How quickly can a showcase turn into a brutal reality check, especially against an opponent who takes no prisoners?